than us. They played very hard. They made a bunch of tough shots. They're a well-coached, hard-playing young team, and credit to them. I think there's nights in the NBA where you can't seem to make a shot, and we had one of those. But on top of that, we also need to have a better collective focus on the defensive end, guarding the ball, helping our teammates, shifting and showing a crowd. I just don't think that we did that very well tonight, and the Spurs exposed it. I felt like there were a lot of right-hand drives for their players attacking the rim. It put us in a really tough spot because we did not do a good enough job at the point of attack guarding the ball tonight. And so if you combine that with a night where you don't make threes, which we shoot a bunch of them, you're in for a tough night. And it's a good opportunity for our team to continue to learn that we need to come out with that heightened sense of attention to detail on the defensive end from the very beginning of the game, because we're in the NBA and there's a lot of good players out there. And if you let them get in the rhythm and feel good, they can make a lot of tough shots.
How much did foul trouble on Walker and Jared kind of affect things tonight?
It definitely does in a game like this when you have both of them in foul trouble. You end up going to some lineups again that we haven't gone to very much, but we've got to do a better job as a group of guarding the ball at the point of attack and being early with our help so that we don't commit those fouls. I think a couple of Walker's fouls in particular, like he's a little bit late and he doesn't get to the spot, and so he gets a tough whistle. He's in a hard position defending the rim all the time, and he continues to work very hard at it. But if you couple him being a little bit late with us not doing a good job guarding the ball, you're going to have to get a really good whistle or be perfect in those helping situations to not commit fouls, because sometimes your body's still turning or you don't quite get to the spot. And, this is an offensive league. And so as a defender, you don't have a ton of leeway or gray area that works to your advantage. Like, you have to be really, really good in those details or else you're not going to get a good whistle.
The push that you made in the fourth quarter, what did you see differently defensively in that short time?
I just think our energy rose to the moment. We made a few shots and all of a sudden the momentum sort of swung in our favor, and we really picked up our energy pursuing the ball, getting into the ball, communicating. And we can't let, we can't let making or missing shots impact our energy on that end, because we are going to go through plenty more pockets of this season where we don't make shots. We're going to miss 8 threes in a row. And in those moments, you have to lean on your defense and your energy on that, and you have to be able to separate the two. It's something that as a coach you wish you had the magic formula for. It's the players recognize it and they know it, but in the moment it's hard. You miss a few, you get frustrated, and your brain starts to wander towards that, and you're not as locked in on defense. So again, it's a great opportunity for our team to learn that we have to maintain that focus whether we are making shots or not. I will always credit our team's resilience. Another example of we just won't go away, but it's hard to come back from down 20. You expend a lot of energy to get back, and then you have to be perfect at the end. And again, you're playing really good players. I thought Trey Jones made some tough shots down the stretch, and that's a credit to Trey. But you don't leave yourself much margin for error when you start down 20.
It was a weird start to the night with the game being delayed. And
yeah.
Is that, obviously as a coach, it's different than the players. Does that kind of, because everyone's a creature of habit, I think, in this league. And so does that kind of upset the tone? Oh,
absolutely. We're all in the back watching the clock, and all of a sudden 30 minutes gets added to it when the team is about to go out to the court and the coaches are changing into their stuff for the game. And, you do have a rhythm before the game. And that got thrown off, but, we were made aware as soon as it happened as to what was going on. And, we obviously want everybody to stay safe. And we're not the only team that had to deal with that delay tonight. So I think it does throw your rhythm off, but, their team had to wait as well. So in no way is that a reason for the outcome, I don't think.
Could you maybe talk a little bit specifically about the challenges that Jakob presents, whether that, like, defensively for you?
When we're on defense?
Yeah.
Jakob is a great screener. He really understands angles, how to set the screens to create that initial advantage, and then he has great feet. He's a really good athlete, and he's quick to get into the pocket and put pressure on your defense. He has great touch on all those little floaters around the rim. He's unbelievably productive, and he's used to not getting many plays called for him, so he knows how to live in those gray areas. He knows how to present himself when you go to help off of him on drives. He knows how to screen, set those screens and then get into the pocket to roll. He's a very good offensive rebounder. I thought for the most part we did a pretty good job on him on the glass, except for maybe there was that one late. He got the tip in the fourth quarter. But Jakob's a guy that I loved coaching. He's really tough, competes hard every night, doesn't ask for anything. Never complains if he gets missed on a play or he's not getting a ton of touches. He's really one of those guys when you hear the term glue guy. He is one of those. Like, he just holds the team together because of what he does on both ends of the floor. So I hate him at the moment, but in a couple hours I'll love him again.
That out of bounds play, we've seen a couple of them from you this year that gets the lob to Lowry there at the end.
Yeah.
Just sort of inside baseball, as a coach, do you enjoy sort of drawing up those plays or getting a chance to use some of those? Yeah,
absolutely. You prepare a lot for the end of a game. There's a lot of different situations that can happen, and that's when, as a coach, you're really, really involved in what we're doing on both ends. And I think it's something that as a young coach, I know that, I have to continue to improve at. It's something that I study a lot. I watch a lot of late game stuff from around the NBA during the season, and you learn a lot watching these other great coaches when they use their timeouts, when they don't, when they go for a quick two, when they go for three, when do they foul, when do they not foul, do you trap and then foul, which is obviously a subject we've covered a couple times this year. There's a lot that goes on at the end of the game, and it does make you feel good when you execute those moments well. I will say being down 5 with 2 minutes left is not the situation you love to be in as a coach. You'd rather it be a tie game in those moments or have the lead. But I think our guys have done a great job of receiving coaching, and we've worked a lot on those situations. I think we came into this year knowing that we were gonna be in a lot of close games, and we weren't going to be a team necessarily that was built to blow people out. And so we needed to be good in those clutch moments. And I would say for the most part this year, we had a rough patch initially that first time that Mike was injured, and trying to find our rhythm of how we operate at the end of a game as a team and who does what for us. Obviously, we feel like we have a little bit of a better balance of that when Mike plays, because he is just such a steadying force and a kind of a great decision maker for us in those moments. I think his teammates play really well off of him at those times, but I thought our guys executed, pretty much to the best of our ability, given the situation when you're down 5 with 2 minutes left. So credit to them. They dig in on it. We talk about it a lot. They're probably tired of me talking about it, but they understand that a lot of close games coming.
Speaking to Mike, he seemed to be a little more aggressive on the offensive end. Really kind of find his stroke from deep. How does that change the basis of the offense when he is as aggressive as he was?
It's huge for us when Mike is aggressive to score. it stretches teams' defenses out again at the point of attack. It changes how they guard that initial action, and so it opens up a lot of space for the other guys. Mike has a hard job because I want him to shoot and pass on every play, so it's hard to live in that balance, and I think he does a great job of it. He's struggled a little bit shooting the ball lately, and I think tonight he found a great rhythm. I noticed that he abandoned the T-shirt under his jersey.
That was the first thing I noticed.
I think he lifted weights or something over Christmas and wanted everybody to see it, but it worked great for him. I told him during the game I don't ever want to see the T-shirt again. So I never doubt Mike. None of us ever are worried about Mike and his ability to shoot the ball and make shots. I think he's got a long enough track record of doing that for us to understand that any 82-game season presents moments where the ball just doesn't go in. But, we just continue to talk as a team about making the right play, making the right decision. And is the decision to shoot or is it to pass? And if we make those decisions correctly over and over and over again, we think over the course of the season we'll get some good results.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Siri?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have guy Siri?
I do.
Nice.
British man.
I have girl Siri. I didn't know there was a guy Siri.
You can
British girl series too.
Oh, I learned something today.
I prefer
That's
British
great.
man Siri.
Okay. Great. Yeah, I think I was done.
Yeah,
I don't-
yeah.
All right, cool.
covered it. Mike,
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Let me take that.